That deadly Amtrak train crash last year near Mendon, Missouri. KMBC9's Dennis Evans is live in Jefferson City with a closer look at this plan. Dennis?
Yes, the press conference, as you said, just wrapped up a few minutes ago. Governor Parson talking about the $50 million, which is such a huge improvement over the money that MoDOT had in the state of Missouri to work on these railroad crossings. There are so many throughout the state of Missouri, but they said what they're going to do is focus on the 47 passive railroad crossings in the state where passenger railroad lines cross. Now, passive meaning those are railroad crossings where there are no lights, there are no gates, there's nothing, and that is something that they want to see improve. All of this, of course, coming after that accident in Mendon, and they talked about that crossing and the steep grade of that crossing, and those are the types of things that they want to see eliminated. They said on those upgrades, there are going to be 47 passenger crossings that passenger rails go across. 27 of those will be upgraded with lights and gates. There will be 17 closures. 3 of those will be switched to private. There will also be some passive enhancements. The governor talked about the small towns and the difficulty that they will have in getting those improved.
Those are issues in a lot of small areas across the state when there is no way to make sure we get across there safely. So we got to relook at everything, and we got to work with the local communities to say, hey, as Patrick says, maybe this crossing doesn't need to be here.
Now, those were the words from the governor, but he also admitted that that is going to cause some issues in some of these small towns. They heavily rely on those crossings, and they said even the one in Mendon that they're talking about shutting down. The issue is many of the people in these rural areas, the farmers and the people that use these on a regular basis to go across, it could create a huge inconvenience for them. In some cases, making people go miles around to find an alternative route. But they said the focus is going to be on safety. This $50 million, that is just the first step. They said this is something they'd like to continue to have going on in the state of Missouri to make sure that these railroad crossings are safe, because there's 1,400 more throughout the state where passenger railroads don't cross, but they still want to make sure that they get improvements. That it will take time, but the state of Missouri says that they are committed to making all of these safe for their residents. Reporting live in Jeff City, Dennis Evans, KMBC9 News.